There was a time when gods walked the earth, when warriors were heroes. Their battles and conquests became legend, and the legend lives on. This is the hour of the Gladiators.
The quarterfinals are over, the finishing line's in sight, and the time has come for the toughest and the fittest to show us who's boss. It's the Gladiators, and your hosts, Kimberly Joseph and Aaron Pedersen.
Welcome to the semi-finals of Gladiators. Our challengers will take on our champions in another 4 events tonight. Now that it's semi-finals, the tension is mounting.
That's right, Aaron. I have been backstage with our challengers and they are revved up and ready to go. They do realise that this is the last step before the big one, the final. And our champions are even more determined to make tonight as difficult as possible. And here they are, the Gladiators.
Would you please welcome to the arena Cougar, Storm, Condor, Flame, Taipan Fury, Hammer, Cheetah, Tower, Rebel, Blade, Vulcan and Delta.
Our 2 female challengers tonight, Nellie Baker and Teresa Brett.
Teresa is 28. She manages a fitness centre in Sydney, is a first-class gymnast and has done some stunt work. Nellie is 25. She's a hairdresser from Brisbane. Nellie is married and has played hockey for her state. Good luck to both women in the semis.
Please welcome to centre stage, Teresa and Nellie. Teresa, you were a never-say-die competitor in your quarterfinal, but Delta caught you on the wall and Cheetah was too quick for you on the rings.
Yes, Kimberly, Cheetah was quick, but Teresa showed us a technique that surprised her and everyone else. And remember, this technique has now been banned from further use. Teresa was ripped off the wall by Blade, scoring no points, and up against 5 determined gladiators, Teresa scored the maximum points running the gauntlet.
Nellie, you got away from a previously unbeaten Cheetah up the pyramid. Flame, however, got you on tilt, but then you came back and you beat Storm up the wall.
It was Nellie's exceptional move that allowed her to escape Cheetah's clutches on the pyramid. She put in a fantastic performance up the wall to escape Storm, and Storm wasn't too happy about that at all. And then she lost out on tilt, claiming Flame was being a bit slack.
Ladies, you've both been up against Flame before and you both got burned. Teresa, how are you feeling about that tonight?
I'm lucky tonight. I don't know if I am that lucky. I'm against Storm, so I don't know who's worse, Storm or Flame.
Well, Nellie's no better off. You're up against Flame again.
Yes, I'm up against Flame. She's very strong. Maybe outsmart her. I'm not quite sure. Just give her my best.
Are there any games that you're particularly worried about tonight, Teresa?
I'd have to say suspension bridge, just because of my last event against Flame. That was really hard.
All the best tonight, ladies, and we'll see you on suspension bridge. Good luck.
Thanks, Kimberly.
Thanks, Kimberly.
Competing against our male gladiators tonight in this semi-final are David Wallace and Rod McQueen.
David is 29 from Victoria. He's a single guy who works in the travel industry. David loves jet skiing and surfing, but he doesn't have a regular training schedule. Rod's 33. A flight attendant from Sydney, he stays fit playing baseball and skiing. Rod will be flying tonight.
Please give a warm welcome to Rod and David.
Good to see these guys getting the fun and games over with now. The serious stuff will start in the first game.
Well, that's great to see you're in support of each other, or was that a mistake?
Well, no, I think we're supporting each other.
Well, that's good. Now, let's talk about you, David. You've got a great relationship there with Vulcan.
You're going to be facing on the suspension bridge tonight. Yeah, I think as again the love affair continues. It's Mills and Boons.
It's certainly love-hate, David. Vulcan loves to hate you. They first met on tilt, and David did the impossible. He brought him down. And on the pyramid, well, David nearly got to the top, but Condor made a big lunge and saved the day. And on Jewel, David and Vulcan had another tip, but this time David didn't fall for his opponent.
Rod, you're up against Cougar again on Hang Tough. Is that going to be a bit of a problem for you?
Well, it presented a bit of a problem last time, Aaron. Like everything, you live and learn, so we'll give it another go tonight.
Roger certainly gave us a great lesson in rock climbing. You did your homework and you drove Condor up the wall when you beat him. Cougar taught you something that your mum's been telling you for ages. Don't hang around with gladiators, especially on the rings. And in Gauntlet, your final exam, you received a real caning from the head prefect Vulcan, but you've graduated now to the semis. Good luck.
Now, you're looking forward to the semi-final tonight. It's a different atmosphere compared to the quarters.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the whole place is pumped up tonight. Everything's going backstage. All the people are ready to go.
But the question is, are you pumped up?
I'm there. I'm with it.
Well, that's good here. He's with it, David. That doesn't worry you?
Underneath the skin, I can tell that heart's palpitating.
When you won your eliminator, I couldn't get you down for an interview. You were jumping up and down and everything. You're all psyched up. Are you that fired up tonight?
Yeah, well, when eliminator comes around, it's a whole reversal. Everything changes, and you just got to go with it.
Best of luck to you, Rod. Best of luck to you, David, in the semi-finals on Gladiators.
Our two winners tonight have an added incentive to give it all they've got. They will fly KLM Royal Dutch Airline to England to compete in the International Gladiators series. But now, let the games begin.
Gladiators.
On this bridge, if you don't think on the run, they'll get you.
Suspension Bridge.
The challenger gets 10 points if they get past the gladiator and onto the platform.
Our first challenger is Teresa. And I've got a forecast for her. There is a storm on the way.
Teresa's a lot heavier than Storm, but Storm's got a lot of chutzpah.
Challenger, ready!
In Teresa's heat, Flame was too hot for her on the bridge. Now John Alexander's going to get him underway for game number 1 of the first semi-finals. And let's see how Teresa goes up against Storm as they head in towards the middle. And Storm unleashes straight away. She goes top, she goes bottom. She's going to try and do everything to get Teresa off the bridge. But you can be guaranteed that Teresa's going to stick around because she wants the points. Can she do it? Teresa now starts to fight back a little bit more. Storm still throwing some good ones. Teresa nearly lost her balance there. She's nearly got her back there to Storm. Storm tries to fend her off. And the time's up. Teresa survives 5 points. As we watch it again, we see Teresa. She really copped some big blows there from Storm. 2 to the front and 2 to the back. And it was nearly all over for Teresa, but she had the presence of mind to stay up there and survive.
Now, you took some pretty hard blows there from Storm. She was in cyclonic condition then.
I think Storm just killed a few brain cells.
Lucky you had that helmet on.
Yeah, exactly.
You looked like you were going to come down there a few times, but Storm ended up losing her hammerhead there for a little minute.
Kimberly, almost.
Okay, almost.
Let's get that right.
I now know why Storm got her name.
Our next challenger doesn't have a good record on the suspension bridge. I think Nelly will have a wildfire on her hands with Flame.
If you think weight and height counts, well, this should be Flame's game.
Challenger, ready!
Cast your mind back to the quarter-final. Nelly lasted about 3 seconds on the bridge against Flame. Hopefully it's going to be a better night for her tonight. As she heads in towards the centre of the bridge with Flame, she gives a couple of early ones, but Flame is too good. And another one did bite the dust. Unfortunately, it was you, Nelly. Last time you survived 3 seconds with Flame on the bridge. This time you did a bit better. It was 7. So after the bridge, Teresa has 5, Nelly gets a score. As we just saw on the bridge, height and weight does count. Sorry, Rod.
Challenger, ready!
Well, we're all a bit anxious to see how you go, Rod. Don't let us down.
3, 2, 1.
As Rod and Tower now go down the suspension bridge. A little bit cautious to start there was Rod. Well, did I say cautious to start? He didn't actually throw a punch at all. It was all Tower's game. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here, folks. Watch how Tower actually uses his feet to rock the bridge. Now, the Gladiators tell me that it's easier to get a challenger off the bridge by using your feet more than your arms. Rock and roll time for Rod.
Another one bites the dust. Rod, I thought you were going to be more determined this time because he defeated you last time.
I was more determined, Kimberly. I just tried a different tactic. I mean, I ran out in the bridge. I kind of got the bow wave of the things. I'm not giving him credit this time. I reckon the bridge threw me off.
Yeah, well, Tower really rocks that bridge once he gets started.
Yeah, I was sort of on an uneven platform, but it didn't help when I copped easy in the leg, I tell you.
Well, once you lose your balance, that's it. Now, Tower, you're supposed to beat them, not humiliate them.
Well, Kimberly, this is the semi-finals. Rod's done well to get this far, so we've got to make it a bit harder for him.
And that you did. Now, you actually have a very interesting technique. You tend to scoop them off now, I've noticed.
Yeah, get under behind him, and I like to use the weight advantage and rock the bridge. It gets them swaying, puts them off a bit, and then give them a good whack, and they tend to go off.
Well, that was short and sweet. Our next challenger, David, will try to dethrone his worst nightmare, His Highness Vulcan.
This is a matchup made in hell. But like they say, opposites attract.
Challenger, ready!
Last time they met on the bridge, Vulcan came off best. So can David turn the tables tonight? We're about to find out. First game for David in the semi-finals, up against Vulcan. A big ask, but he's trying his hardest. Oh, Vulcan nearly slipped there. Could have been disastrous for him, but he starts coming back a little bit harder, and it's all over for David. And Vulcan is a very happy man. Now watch Vulcan use the same tactics here as Tower. His right foot is just pounding on that bridge, and David did not stand a chance with His Highness.
What do you have to do to beat this man?
I think I'm going to have to go and hire a big old truck and run him over. That's the only way to beat him, I think. It's just too good for me.
Vulcan, I just think you have this man shaking in his boots the minute he steps up there.
I think when he saw me, you got scared, I can tell. Because his hair was like straightening a bit. You know, it should be curly, it was like straightening when he saw me. So I'm just too good for the night. Just really good for tonight. So, David, I'm too good for you, baby.
Now, is he really your worst nightmare?
No, but he still is a nightmare, believe you me. Yeah.
And certainly His Highness. Is it His Highness Vulcan?
Call me Lord Vulcan from now on. You hear me, Aaron? Lord Vulcan.
No worries there, Lord Vulcan.
Vulcan reigns. And after the first event, no points for either challenger.
Coming up next, it's the Pyramids and into the eyrie of the Condor.
Of Condor's pyramid? Bad idea. Gladiators.
mountain, it's Tutankhamun territory.
Pyramid.
60 seconds to get to the top. The first to hit the button gets 10 points.
Waiting at the bottom of the mountain, our challengers, Teresa and Nellie. And all the way up the top, our gladiators, Delta and Cheetah.
This is going to be a fantastic pyramid. No one's got the advantage. Height and weight, the challengers match up really well with the gladiators.
Challengers, ready!
Game number 2 of semi-final number 1 for the women. And I can tell you what, there's 2 very determined women down the bottom of this pyramid waiting to get up the top. Let's match them up for you. We've got Nellie and Cheetah on the left, Teresa and Delta on the right. You can see Teresa going there, and Delta's got her. She throws her down. Cheetah right on Nellie's hammer. She grabs her and brings her down also.
Let go, Nellie.
Let's start it all over again. Teresa now tries to get past Delta. Delta just waiting with open arms. And Cheetah, she's right on top of Nellie once more. She's not giving Nellie an inch up this pyramid. Good work here by Teresa going left and right for Delta with a high tackle. Legal, brought her down. And she starts all over again. 20 seconds or so left. Time may run out here for the women. As we see Delta fly through the air. She brings Teresa down once more. And Cheetah just swings Nellie around as if she was a feather. Or as light as one anyway. Total disregard for her height and weight. As Delta once more working on Teresa. Whistle about to blow as Nellie goes for a fly. Now I wonder what would have happened here if Teresa had have ducked like Nellie did in the quarter-final. Delta would have been empty-handed. And Cheetah, well, a total contrast to Delta's style, she just would not give Nellie an inch.
Your manoeuvre last time, I think Cheetah had you psyched out.
Yeah, I think so. Once bitten, twice shy. I don't think she was going to fall for that one again.
I was really ready for it tonight.
Did you prepare yourself for it?
Yes, a little bit more training and a little bit more thought. It was great. I was really prepared. She put up a good fight, but it was great.
Teresa, Delta gave you a lot of trouble.
It's the first time I've played her, and she tackles hard, really hard. It was great fun, though.
Actually, Teresa's been the hardest so far. She had me running all the way up and down, all over the place, but I think I got you pretty good, didn't I?
No points from the pyramid tonight, so after 2 events, Teresa still holds a 5-point lead over Nellie.
Please welcome our male challengers, David and Rod. And at the apex of the pyramid, Hammer and Condor.
The women matched up well, but I can't say that for this event. How do I describe the gladiators? Well, they're big, but the challengers, not so big.
Challengers, ready!
It's deja vu for David. Condor stopped him in his tracks last time in the pyramid. This is Rod's first time up the mountain.
3, 2, 1.
Let's match them up. We've got David and Condor on the right, Rod and Hammer on the left. Now, hang on a minute, what's happening here? They've switched. So we've got Tower tackles Rod on the right, on the left, I should say, and David on Condor on the right. Well, I'm confused. You may be also. As we see Hammer working overtime, and bang! A big slam there on Rod. I think it was actually Hammer that was slammed more. David trying to run away from Condor, but Condor being higher up the mountain has got the shorter steps, and he can get to the position quicker, and he shows you this by just tackling David and bringing him down once more. 23 seconds to go. Let's see what the guys can do. Hammer now just watching Rod. David trying to get away from Condor. Cat and mouse being played by the challengers. But I tell you what, these guys are playing big cats, the gladiators. They won't let these guys go anywhere without them being there. And Condor does it once more. Big tackle around the waist there on David. And Hammer and Rod, they finish off down on the ground. Rod grabbed his nose there, and we might see what happened here on the replay. Hammer wants to improve his tackle count, and he does that very effectively here. Good tactics. Here we see him with Rod just playing around. I reckon that's where he struck him, just on the nose there.
Yes, well, there's no points awarded, but there is a warning for Hammer for striking one of the challengers. This won't be tolerated.
There you go. A gladiator's been warned. Rod, quite amazing. You were tackling Hammer there. Well, he was tackling you.
Yeah, it's a big call. I mean, I got the unluck draw there. It's fast moving. It's, you know, I caught one in the nose. It wasn't intentional. That's one of the harder ones for sure.
He's very strong, Rod, and I tried to turn him with his shoulder, and when I turned him, he ducked, and I actually palmed him in the face. And
sure, it's
straight away that I did it, and unfortunately, that's the way it goes. There's a couple of times there that I've tackled him, and he's picked me up, and I've landed on my head. So he's very strong, and good luck to him for the rest of the series.
You had a tactic that we noticed at the beginning. You swapped sides. Was that intentional?
Yeah, I think the boys are using the same computer software because they were onto us.
They sure were, guys. No points to either challenger, and after the first two events, both Rod and David have yet to score.
It's a dangerous dance on the floor. Next up in Powerball with Rebel, Delta and Cheetah.
Remember how Force injured his knee in Atmospheres? Well, it was bad enough to put him in hospital, and as you can see, he's got experts on hand to help him with a speedy recovery. And look at this, a gladiator in his chariot.
Gladiators.
This game is a little bit like basketball at ground zero.
Powerball. 2 points for every ball in the outer baskets, 3 points for the central goal basket.
Diving for the goals, Teresa and Nelly. Defending the baskets are our gladiators, Rebel, Delta and Cheetah.
Well, Delta's going to really look forward to this game. You saw how she tackled on the pyramids. Well, she's going to be really hard to get past on the mats.
Ready! Gladiators, ready!
All is in readiness now for the women's Powerball. Here we go. And away goes Nelly, off to the right, 2 early points, well done, Teresa down, but she gets 3. What a great start there for both women. Nelly with another 2, takes her to 4. Fantastic work there, Nelly. Teresa loses the ball, goes to the other end to get a new one. Nelly's down, she reaches, no. A save there. As Teresa now comes down, she stretches over, but the basket went down, she couldn't get it in. There's another 2 there to Nelly. She goes to 6, Teresa 3. And the clock running down. Ladies trying to work out which way they're going to go. Teresa decides to go right there. She missed, so did Nelly. Here they come again with only a couple of seconds left. Nelly, air shot, misses. Whistle's about to blow. There it is. Great game. Teresa was really unlucky here. She went down, a great tackle by the Gladiators, stretched, but the basket was down also.
Teresa and Nelly, what a game. That is just amazing. You exhausted?
Very, very exhausted.
Played any football?
I'm used to playing touch football, but not tackle. It's new to me.
It's certainly new when you've got 3 gladiators on top of you there. Nelly, I was very impressed. You were very agile then.
Yeah, I lost a bit of a shoe, but ended up quite well, so I'm really happy.
And with good reason, Nelly. You scored 6, Teresa 3. Teresa leads by 2.
Big girls game.
And we play for keeps.
The women are in high spirits, and they've kept the scoring down, guaranteeing an exciting finish. Perfect cheetah.
It's Rod and David's chance to sink those balls. But these guys will have to avoid being nailed to the floor by Hammer, Condor and Taipan.
This could be a good game for David and Rod. They really need to increase their score. We call it power ball, or maybe we should call it power score.
Gladiators, ready!
Countdown time and away we go. There's the whistle. David just missed out there. Rod got brought down. He let go of his ball. Here goes David once more to the left. Ball touched the ground. He has to let go. Rod misses out. A good tackle. David again. Third try. Can he get it? Yes, he does. 2 points on the board there today. Rod gets taken out of court. David once more. Can he increase it again? Air shot. Misses going for the centre. Taipan doing some good work there on Rod as David runs to the other end. Rod now has another ball. He gets brought down once more. And David cops a big tackle. Kicks his way out of it. Goes up to the other end. Time running out. Rod down again. Taipan doing a great job on Rod as David has that one blocked. Double team here by the Gladiators on David, and he really struggled to get out of that hole.
Well, David, I've got good news for you. After that Powerball effort, you've got 2 points.
Well, I'll tell you what, I certainly deserved it.
Rod, they made you work for the goals. You couldn't get anywhere near the baskets.
No, I had that guy, what's his name, Tight Pants, is it?
Tight Pants?
My mistake, Tight Pan.
I think you might have him next and hang tough.
Oh, we'll see how we go.
Rod, are you worried that you don't have any points on the board at the moment?
Yeah, the big problem with the Eliminator is we're all pretty close at this stage of the game. You need those points, you need the advantage to go into it. So I've got one exercise left to get them in, so I better make it count.
Tight pants and tight scores. After 3 games, David leads by 2.
Coming up next, Cougar swings into action.
Hang tough. I'm there to win. Got a problem with that?
Gladiators.
tonight's winners will be able to keep in touch with their Optus mobile phone. And tonight's runners-up will be able to keep in shape with this superb gym package worth over $2,000 thanks to Elite Fitness equipment.
Straight out of the jungle and into the arena. This game stands by its name.
Hang tough.
60 seconds to get past the attacking gladiator. 10 points if you make it.
Please welcome back our challenger, Teresa. Teresa did well on Hang Tough last time against Cheetah, but now she's got Fury.
What Fury lacks in weight, she definitely makes up in determination.
Challenger ready!
Do you remember Teresa's hang back there in the quarterfinals? Well, it took everyone by surprise, including Cheetah. Let's see if she does the same against Fury, but if she does, she'll be disqualified because it's now been outlawed. And away goes Teresa in the red. We've got Fury coming after her, and they will clash in the middle. Teresa just doesn't seem to have the hang of traversing left and right. She's only got one direction, that's straight through. And I think Fury knows that, because here they go, they meet. Legs wrapped around. They're now loose, but Teresa's got nowhere to go. Fury now gets a hold of Teresa. She's let go of her ring, so she's only got Teresa to hold on to. She's working away on Teresa's fingers. They must be stuck there with super glue. She's not letting it go. Bending, and then down. Fury's only got one tactic in mind here, and that's to pry those fingers loose. Unlike other gladiators who try and use their weight and work on the legs of the challenger, Fury's gone to the top. She's getting those fingers loose, and when it happens, they both come tumbling down.
I still haven't learned how to traverse up there. I just go straight for the gladiator and have to hope for the best.
No chance there, Fury.
I love seeing people hung, Aaron.
Are you worried going to the eliminator because you didn't score anything on this?
Yeah, Nellie's very quick on the eliminator. I wanted to get as many points as I could through the games. Unfortunately, I scored 0 here, so it's going to be hard for the eliminator now.
Well done. Nellie, well, she's got the gymnastic whiz kid, Blade, to contend with.
When you look at the stats, Blade's got a little edge over Nellie.
Hang tough. I love chasing people in the rings.
Challenger ready!
The queen of the rings, that's our Blade. She's coming up against Nellie, and this is a tough challenge. Nellie takes off now. Took a little bit of time, but she's on her way, and here comes Blade straight after her. Nellie heading towards the centre. Remember, if she gets to the red rings in the middle, she's automatically got 5 points, provided she can hold on for the full 60 seconds. Blade's got her in sights, wraps her legs around her, and I think it's going to be good night nurse here. Blade working away with the fingers also, just like Fury did. Oh, Nellie's going to wait. Great work there by Nellie, but she's come right back to her. Now Blade's with her once more. This time she uses the weight, and they both go down. Here we go with Nellie. She met Blade in the middle. Blade did well. She was trying to pry those fingers away also, just like Fury did, but Nellie got away. Unfortunately, there wasn't another ring in sight, and Nellie had to come back to Blade, and that was the end of it for Nellie. Down she goes. Yeah, I thought something had happened here. Nellie was pointing to her ankle as Blade and she came down, and now we see Luke taking off the shoe and having a look at that ankle. Let's watch it again on replay. Blade grabs her there. Down they go. Oh, yeah, the left ankle for sure.
Poor Nellie, I just feel really bad that she's hurt herself.
Luke, what's the situation at the moment?
Well, early indications are that she's got an ankle sprain on the outside of her ankle, and we'll have to put her through a fitness test, depending on how she is closer to the time. We hopefully will be able to compete in the eliminator.
Okay, well, we'll leave her in your safe hands. You right now?
Good luck with that ankle, Nellie. It's going to be a race against the clock to get fit enough for the final event. With Neither challenger scoring on the rings. Teresa goes into the eliminator with a 1 second head start.
This is the last game for our challengers. Can David increase his points? To meet him mid-air, Taipan.
Taipan's had mixed fortunes on the rings before. Maybe his luck will change tonight.
Challenger ready!
Well, it'd want to change because David needs some points desperately to increase his lead over Rod.
3, 2, 1.
David takes off now on the rings. Taipan coming after him down the middle. This is better from Taipan. We've seen him have a couple of mistakes on the rings before. He seems to have it all together, and he's got David this time. The big grab on the arm. Fingers are going. Can David hold on? He needs all his strength, but he runs out very quickly. Lasted 20 seconds. Well, David suffered the most comprehensive defeat I've seen on the rings from Taipan here. Taipan just had him in the sights, grabbed the legs around, grabbed the arms, unleashed the fingers, and away went David. It was all over, and he stays on 2 points going into the eliminator.
David hang tough, very quick game.
Very quick, yeah. I copped a bit of a unintentional hand to the eye. I can feel it there. It's knocked me around a bit, so but that's the way the game goes.
Unintentional it was, Taipan?
Certainly was. I really don't want to hurt him because the final's coming up. I wish him well in the final.
David, now this game, it belongs to Taipan. When he grabs onto you, he's 110 kilos. It's hard to hang on.
Yeah, I only had one ring. If I had two, I possibly could have held on, but it's just too heavy for me. I tried, but not enough.
And now it's Rod's opportunity to grab glory with both hands. Ready to drop him to the deck is Cougar.
Rod's got a tough challenge here. He comes up against the undefeated Cougar.
Manager ready!
Yep, as we said, Cougar undefeated. Nobody's got past him on the rings. He really knows how to hang up there and pull him down.
3, 2, 1.
And away goes Rod now. And his chase for glory definitely needs some points here because he's still 2 points behind David. If he can get 5, well, he'd have a little lead. If he can get 10, that'd be an extra bonus for him. As Cougar now comes in towards the middle, he's got Rod in his sights. He's just biding his time. Traverses now to the left. Away he goes. Takes 2 rings and I thought he was going to take a swipe at him there. Just missed him. Rod just swinging around. Cougar tries to grab him once more. We can see here from helmet cam. Cougar's only got 1 ring. Rod's got 2. They're going to clash mid-air and he's second. Oh, Rod kicks him away. I don't think that's allowed. And Cougar complaining there to John Alexander, telling him exactly what he did. As Cougar now swinging around, trying to, oh, geez, the World Championship kick there. Attempted on Rod. Didn't get him. Lucky for Rod, but he's got him mad. And that's something I want to be doing. Cougar protesting there, and Rod doesn't want to come down. I don't blame him. I'll be staying up there too. Cougar's waiting for him. He's down now. Now, you might think it's a bit unfair, but the rules of Hang Tough say that you're not allowed to be forceful. It's a game of evasion, and not what Rod did here where he kicked Cougar. That's not allowed. The challengers must evade the Gladiators, and the Gladiators' only purpose, get them down. Well, you've heard my thoughts about it. I think John Alexander's got something to say also.
Rod, it looked to me like you'd won there, but I think John Alexander had something to say about it.
Yes, Kimberly, after consultation with the other referee, we decided that Rod kicked to keep Cougar away from him. The challenger is not allowed to kick towards the Gladiator. No points.
Rod, the audience is certainly voicing their disapproval. Are you disappointed?
Oh, absolutely, Kimberly. I need those points into the eliminator. I mean, I really thought you got a lot of momentum up there. I just put the legs out to fend. He had his legs up just as much as me. I'm sure if I went down, they wouldn't have given me any points.
Well, it's not a very happy challenger at the moment. Rod, you certainly did need those points. David's going into the eliminator now, 2 points ahead of you. You're still on a score of 0. Do you think you can make it up in the eliminator?
Well, look, 2 points is 1 second. There's nothing much in it, so you just got to give it your best shot. It's down to Dave and me now. the Gladiators are out of it. I mean, we're mates, but, you know, we both want to go overseas.
Bad luck on the rings for both competitors. It's been a low-scoring game. David has a 1-second advantage in the eliminator.
That ultimate test of endurance and the decider of who will get into the final. The eliminator is up next.
Gladiators.
The two lucky winners of the final will drive away in Hyundai's luxurious flagship, the Sonata Levant. With its 3-litre V6 engine, the Sonata has leather trim, cruise control, electric sunroof, power windows, central locking, ABS brakes and an airbag for added safety. And our two runners-up will fly to Fiji's beautiful Coral Coast for a deluxe 5-night holiday for two at the magnificent Fijian resort.
In every series, this next event has drained the strength of our challengers like nothing else.
Eliminator.
Teresa and David start the eliminator 1.5 seconds ahead. Now, Nellie fell heavily in hang tough tonight. Her ankle is pretty bad and it looks like it could be a fracture. We have a full medical team on hand at all times, and at this stage they say she's okay, but she can't go on. Let's go to John Alexander to check the rules.
Now, Kimberley, in Gladiators, after 4 games have been completed, there is no provision for a reserve to come into play. So therefore, Teresa will complete the eliminator by herself and go into the finals.
Nellie, it was obviously a very unfortunate mishap. You're an incredibly brave woman.
Yeah, it was really disappointing, especially in your last game. You know, you're so close, yet so far away. But I'll be back again next series, so I can't wait.
What are you going to do? There's no competition.
I'd say this will just have to be a lap of honour for Nellie.
Thank you. I'd just like to wish Teresa all the best of luck and go well, mate.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck, Nellie. Everyone hopes to see you competing in our next series. And now it's time to join John Alexander for Teresa's run on the eliminator. Last time, she clocked 1 minute 14.
3, 2, 1.
And away goes Teresa now on the solo eliminator run. No one really to beat, not even the clock, because even if she gets a slow time, it doesn't matter. Teresa's through to the grand final. As she goes up the rope climb, she'll take this as a training run and much needed practice too, because you can't do this eliminator enough to get used to it. 2 at a time, that's good work, Teresa. That's the way you'd want to do it in the grand final. She gets to the end of the monkey bars now, across the rolling logs and up the cargo net. Going a little bit slower than what she would be if she had a competitor, and it just goes to show you, you can't beat competition. Somebody breathing down your neck, you just get that little bit of an adrenaline rush, and away you go. You perform at your optimum best, as Teresa now up the top of the cargo net. She's got a huge smile on her face, and I don't blame her. She's only 2 weeks away from the grand final, and maybe driving away in a Hyundai. As she comes up. Oh, a little stumble there. Don't hurt yourself, Teresa. That's the last thing you want to do. Balance beam, nice and easy. A walk in the park for Teresa as she comes up now, takes her time, a big run up the travelator, and she's home. 3, 2, one more step, she's there. There's the swing, and Teresa's won the semi and the trip to London.
Teresa, come over here. Well done. Even though you were without Nellie, she was there in spirit, wasn't she?
Definitely. As I said, it was a lap of honour for her, and it was just as hard without her.
I'm sure it was. Well, you completed the Eliminator in 1 minute 20. That was quite a bit slower than your last effort.
I thought I'd use this like a training session. Yeah.
Through all this hype, I'd like to announce that you are on your way to England with courtesy of KLM, the Royal Dutch Airlines. And when you get over there, you can give your parents a call.
Unreal.
Well, you can thank Optus Communications for that.
Oh, this is fantastic. I'm just in shock.
Here is your ticket, and we'll see you in the final. Well done.
David and Rod, the Eliminator is upon us for the semi-final, which means it'll push you into the grand final. Let's have a look how you got here.
In his quarter-final, Rod went into the Eliminator with a 2-second lead. His opponent fell off the rolling beams, and Rod finished easily without any real pressure in a time of 1 minute and 3 seconds. It's a different story tonight. He's starting 1 second behind. David came from behind in his quarter-final. 2.5 seconds, there was not much on the cargo net, still right up there, took the short way about it on the Flying Fox and stormed home to just get through the tape, half a second in front.
David, 1 second, is that good for you?
Yeah, but anything can happen in the Eliminator, but I've still got the advantage. 1 second could be more than anything.
I think well, the 1 second's not a big disadvantage. It won't hurt me too much. It's not too bad being behind by that little bit because you can see where they're going and you can sort of pick up on the little advantages. I've had people behind me before and it's not a nice feeling.
Good luck, David and Rod. We'll see one of you in the final.
Yeah, we certainly will see one of these guys in the final.
David, you will go on my whistle.
Teresa's already through. Let's see who joins her.
3, 2, 1.
And away goes David. A second start, and here comes Rod right behind him. David's quick, but Rod's just as fast too. This is going to be one hell of a semi-final eliminator. As they come up to the monkey bars now. David's still just in front by, I wouldn't say any more than 1 second. Here come the rolling logs. David's off. Rod tackles him now. Up to the cargo net. Rod's normally pretty quick on this. So is David. Let's see who gets up there first. Support from the crowd. And look at this. Rod's come from nowhere. He's taken the lead onto the Flying Fox. David right there with him. This is going to be a close finish. Here goes Rod to the beam. David right there also. Rod's up. David comes along. Oh, Rod's off. David's got it for sure. Up the travelator. And the little fella from Victoria goes through. He's off to London. And here comes Rod. He's still finishing. Up the travelator he goes. What bad luck for Rod. But there can only be one winner.
David, you're into the final. What a fantastic run. He caught you in the cargo net. It looked as though he was going to take you.
I just try not to panic, that's all. Don't panic, Dave, don't panic.
Here's your ticket to England. And here's a mobile phone from Optus. Maybe you can give us a call when you're over there.
I want to go over there and represent my country and drill those English.
And represent your country you will. Rod, come over here, please. You've been a great competitor. One of the finest. You're very quick up that cargo net. You caught him.
Yeah, I sort of blew it up. I got the net, got around the beam. I knew Dave was behind me. Had one shot, got out of balance. What do you say?
Centre of gravity went too far to one side.
Yeah, got the old bullhead too far out of line. Over I went.
Rod, we'd like to thank you for being one of the challengers on Gladiators. You've been a fantastic challenger. David, congratulations. You're into the final.
Thanks very much.
You want to tell your parents something? What would you tell your parents right now?
I'm going to tell them that I'm flying off to England. So, Mum, no dinner for me.
I'm sure that you've enjoyed all our events tonight and have definitely admired the talents of our challengers.
Not to mention the awesome display by our gladiators. Next week, more battles. Please join us then. Good night.
Good night.
Don't be the only one to miss out. Send a $20 cheque or money order to this address for the Gladiator Fan Club.